Did you know that some everyday habits could be quietly stealing your balance without you even realizing it? As we age, it's easy to chalk up a bit of wobbling or the occasional stumble to just getting older. But here's what most people don't know. Doctors have found that 99% of balance issues in older adults aren't inevitable. They're caused by a handful of preventable mistakes that slip into our daily routines. And left unchecked, these simple oversights can lead to dangerous falls, injuries, or worse. If you're between the ages of 55 and 80 and have ever felt a little unsteady on your feet, this video was made for you. We're going to explore the 5 most common mistakes that rob older adults of their balance. These aren't complicated medical conditions or rare diseases. These are daily choices, often made without a second thought, that can chip away at your confidence and mobility over time. And the good news, once you know what they are, you can start making changes today to strengthen your balance, protect your independence, and live with more peace of mind. This isn't about blame, it's about awareness and empowerment, because staying upright means staying in control. Stay with me until the end, because the last mistake on this list may surprise you the most, and fixing it could be the key to keeping your balance for years to come. Let's get started. Number 1. Ignoring inner ear and vision changes. Another major mistake that leads to balance problems, one that many older adults don't even realize they're making, is ignoring subtle changes in the inner ear and vision. These two systems play a critical role in keeping you steady, and when they start to decline, your body's ability to stay balanced can suffer almost overnight. The scary part, these changes often happen so gradually that you barely notice, until a fall forces you to pay attention. Let's start with your inner ear. Inside each ear is a tiny, fluid-filled structure called the vestibular system. It helps your brain know where your head is in space. When it's working well, you can turn, tilt, or move quickly without losing orientation. But with age, the inner ear can become less sensitive. You might notice a slight feeling of being off-kilter when turning your head, or a brief wave of dizziness when standing up too fast. It may seem like nothing, but it's often a warning sign that your body isn't recalibrating as fast as it used to. Now combine that with vision changes. Even if you've worn glasses for years, your depth perception and peripheral vision may start to decline as you age. You might find it harder to see contrast in floor levels, steps, or shadows. That small change in what your eyes detect can throw off how your body reacts, especially when moving from light to dark rooms or navigating uneven surfaces. These two senses, your inner ear and your eyes, work together to tell your brain how to position your body. When either one is off, your balance system becomes vulnerable. But when both start declining, your risk of falling increases dramatically. Take Fred, a 79-year-old Navy veteran. He was always steady on his feet, until one morning he stumbled stepping out of the shower. He hadn't felt dizzy, but something felt off. His doctor later discovered that fluid buildup in his inner ear was affecting his balance. Paired with a recent change in his vision prescription, it created a perfect storm. With medication and a referral to a vestibular therapist, Fred got back on track, but not before learning just how connected those systems really are. The lesson here is simple: don't brush off minor changes in your balance, hearing, or eyesight. If you notice more frequent dizziness, difficulty focusing, or a general sense of being off balance, talk to your doctor. You may need a hearing check, a new glasses prescription, or even a referral to a balance specialist. It's also smart to get regular eye exams and to update your glasses with lenses that support depth perception. Some people benefit from anti-reflective coatings that reduce glare and improve contrast, especially helpful when walking outside or in bright stores. Balance isn't just about muscles. It's also about the sensory information your brain uses to keep you steady. By taking care of your eyes and ears, you're giving your body the tools it needs to respond quickly, stay upright, and move with confidence. Number 2. Wearing improper footwear at home. One of the biggest silent threats to your balance, especially inside your own home, is wearing the wrong type of footwear. Now this might sound simple, but hear me out. Many older adults, without even realizing it, walk around the house in loose slippers, socks, or even barefoot. And while that might feel comfortable or convenient, it's one of the leading causes of slips, missteps, and balance loss that end in serious falls. Here's why this matters so much. As we age, the skin on the bottom of our feet becomes thinner, our toes may curl or stiffen, and our natural foot arch can weaken. All of these changes affect how your foot interacts with the ground. If your shoes don't provide firm support or proper grip, your chances of slipping or losing balance skyrocket, especially on smooth floors like tile, hardwood, or linoleum. The problem is, many slippers on the market today are made for comfort, not safety. They might be warm and soft, but they don't offer heel support, arch structure, or non-slip soles. In fact, many of them are so loose they slide right off your feet while walking. And socks, they're the worst offenders, unless they have specialized rubber grips. Socks offer almost no traction on flooring. One small misstep, and down you go. Let me tell you about Doris, a 78-year-old grandmother of 5. She loved her soft, fluffy house slippers and wore them every day. But after slipping in the kitchen while making tea, she ended up with a fractured wrist and a bruised hip. Her doctor explained that her slippers had no grip, and with her aging joints, she couldn't catch herself fast enough. Since then, Doris switched to well-fitted, rubber-soled shoes that hug her foot, and she hasn't had a single fall since. So what should you wear instead? Look for shoes or slippers with sturdy backs that keep your heel in place, firm arch support, and textured non-slip soles. Avoid flip-flops, floppy slippers, or any footwear that doesn't fully enclose your foot. Even inside your home, good footwear is essential. It's your first defense against unexpected slips. Also, make it a habit to inspect the soles of your house shoes every few months. Over time, even the best shoes wear out, and those treads that once kept you safe can become smooth and dangerous. If they start sliding more than gripping, it's time for a replacement. And remember, this isn't about giving up comfort, it's about choosing smart comfort. There are plenty of supportive cushioned shoes out there designed specifically for older adults who want both safety and ease. Taking that small step of upgrading your footwear might be the very thing that keeps you standing tall for many more years. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 3, not adjusting medications that cause dizziness. Many older adults don't realize that the very medications meant to help them can quietly increase their risk of falling. One of the most overlooked balance mistakes is continuing medications that cause dizziness, lightheadedness, or blurred vision without reassessing their effects over time. These side effects may seem minor at first, but they can chip away at your stability and coordination without much warning. As we age, our bodies process medications differently. The same pill that worked fine in your 50s might have a stronger or longer-lasting effect in your 70s. Your liver and kidneys slow down, your body fat increases, and your overall metabolism changes, all of which affect how drugs move through your system. This means medications can linger longer in your bloodstream, intensifying side effects that make you feel off balance. Blood pressure medications are one of the biggest culprits. While they're essential for managing heart health, some of them can cause your blood pressure to drop too low, especially when standing up. That sudden dip, called orthostatic hypotension, can make you feel dizzy or unsteady. The problem is, it happens fast. You might get up from a chair and feel perfectly fine 1 second, then lightheaded the next. If your reflexes are even slightly delayed, a fall is almost unavoidable. Sleep aids and anxiety medications are another danger. They may help you relax or fall asleep, but they often leave a hangover effect the next day, making you groggy, slow, and less coordinated. Even over-the-counter antihistamines can impair balance by drying out your inner ear and interfering with your equilibrium. Now here's the tricky part. Many seniors accept these side effects as just another part of aging. They assume that feeling a little foggy or wobbly is normal, but that mindset is dangerous. Dizziness is not a normal part of getting older, it's a warning sign. And if it's tied to a medication, that means it's something you can address. Let me share a quick story. Harold, a 76-year-old retired postal worker, started experiencing lightheadedness every morning when getting out of bed. He shrugged it off as fatigue or dehydration, but after a minor fall in the bathroom, he mentioned it to his doctor. Turns out, his blood pressure medication was too strong for his current needs. After a dosage adjustment, the dizziness disappeared, and so did the fear of falling. The key is communication. Doctors aren't mind readers. If you feel dizzy, foggy, or off balance, especially after starting or adjusting a medication, say something. A small tweak in dosage, timing, or even switching to a different drug can make a world of difference. And don't ever stop a medication on your own. Work with your doctor to find a balance between managing your condition and maintaining your stability. Number 4. Poor lighting in key areas. One of the most dangerously underestimated mistakes older adults make is living with poor lighting, especially in key areas like hallways, stairways, and bathrooms. It's easy to overlook because we get used to our own homes. We know where everything is. We think we can navigate in the dark or dim light because we've done it 1,000 times. But what used to be familiar can become a hidden hazard when your vision and reflexes begin to change with age. Here's the truth. Even a slight reduction in lighting can drastically affect your depth perception. Your eyes take longer to adjust when moving from a well-lit room to a darker one, and that split second can be all it takes to misjudge a step or clip the edge of a rug. Low lighting makes shadows harder to interpret. Furniture edges disappear, and sudden elevation changes, like a stair or a doorway threshold, almost invisible. As we get older, the lens of the eye thickens, and the pupils react more slowly to changes in brightness. That means you need more light to see clearly than you did when you were younger. But many homes still rely on outdated fixtures or low-watt bulbs, especially in places like the bedroom, bathroom, or hallway, where accidents often happen. Let me tell you about Nancy, a 72-year-old widow who had always kept a small lamp by her bedside. One night, she got up to use the bathroom, didn't turn it on, and tripped over her shoe. Her wrist took the fall, and she spent 6 weeks in a cast, all because she thought she could find her way in the dark like she used to. The fix: it's simple and inexpensive. Start by installing brighter daylight spectrum bulbs in areas you use most often. Add night lights in hallways, stairwells, and bathrooms, places where you're likely to walk during early mornings or late nights. Consider motion sensor lights so you never have to fumble for a switch. And don't forget about the outdoors. Poor porch or entryway lighting can lead to dangerous missteps when coming or going after sunset. Also, place lamps where you need them most, near your favorite reading chair by the kitchen counter or at the end of a hallway. And make sure your light switches are easy to reach, especially at room entrances. If they're not, consider remote control switches or smart lighting systems that can be voice activated. The goal isn't to make your home brighter than a hospital, it's to eliminate the shadows and dark patches where danger hides. Better lighting isn't just about comfort, it's about safety. When you can see clearly, you move with more confidence and control, and that alone can make a world of difference in preventing falls. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5. Skipping balance exercises. One of the most common mistakes that robs older adults of their balance is skipping specific balance exercises. You might be walking every day, doing light stretches, or even lifting a few weights, but if you're not training your balance directly, you're missing a critical piece of the puzzle. Maintaining balance is not something that just happens automatically with age. It's a skill, and like any skill, it needs to be practiced regularly. You see, balance is controlled by a complex interaction between your muscles, your brain, your vision, and your inner ear. As we get older, each of those systems naturally weakens a bit. But here's the key: they don't have to fail. With consistent intentional exercises focused on coordination and stability, you can keep your balance sharp and reliable, even into your 80s and beyond. Think of it like this: just like you brush your teeth every day to keep them strong, your balance muscles, like those in your hips, legs, and core, need routine attention to stay active and responsive. But when we neglect them, those muscles begin to weaken, and your body becomes less prepared to react when you stumble, step on an uneven surface, or shift your weight quickly. The problem is, many people believe that simply staying active is enough. But general movement isn't the same as targeted training. Walking the grocery store aisles or doing house chores is good, but it doesn't challenge your balance system the way single leg stands, heel-to-toe walks, or gentle Tai Chi movements do. Without that challenge, your body loses its ability to stabilize itself during sudden or awkward movements, and that's when falls happen. Let me give you an example. Take Carl, a 74-year-old retired teacher. He thought his daily walks around the block were enough. But after 2 close calls on the stairs, his daughter encouraged him to see a physical therapist. What he learned surprised him. His legs were strong, but his coordination and reflexes were slowing. He started doing a 10-minute balance routine every morning, and within a few weeks he noticed real improvement. No more hesitation stepping off a curb. No more grabbing the railing every time he climbed the porch. That's the power of being proactive. Skipping balance exercises isn't just a missed opportunity. It's one of the clearest reasons older adults lose their footing. But once you become aware of it, you have a chance to take control. So if you've never included balance work in your routine, now's the time to start. Even something as simple as standing on one foot while brushing your teeth, or walking slowly in a straight line from room to room, can strengthen the muscles and coordination you rely on every single day. Small actions repeated consistently are what keep you steady when it matters most. Number 6. Avoiding assistive devices out of pride. One of the most dangerous mistakes many older adults make when it comes to balance is avoiding assistive devices like canes, walkers, or handrails. Not because they don't need them, but because they feel ashamed or embarrassed to use them. There's a stubborn belief among many seniors that using these tools means you're giving up your independence. But in truth, avoiding them when they're needed often leads to exactly what people fear most: a loss of freedom due to injury. Let's be honest, nobody wakes up excited to use a cane. But when your balance becomes unpredictable, relying on pride instead of prevention can have serious consequences. A simple slip on the front step or a missed stair edge is all it takes to end up in the emergency room. The irony is, people think using a cane makes them look old or weak, but falling and breaking a hip, that's what truly robs you of your independence. Using an assistive device doesn't say "I'm frail." It says "I care about protecting myself." It's a smart, practical choice. And just like reading glasses help your eyes, or a hearing aid helps your ears, a balance aid helps your stability. It's not a failure, it's a form of strength, recognizing what your body needs and choosing to stay safe rather than take unnecessary risks. Let me introduce you to Margaret, age 81. She resisted getting a cane for years, even after a few minor falls. She told herself she was doing fine, but after tripping over a rug and fracturing her pelvis, she finally accepted help. Today she uses a lightweight folding cane with a patterned grip, and she moves with more confidence than she has in years. What changed? Not her ability, but her mindset. And here's something else to consider. Modern assistive devices aren't what they used to be. They're more comfortable, more stylish, and more discreet. Some canes fold up when not in use. Walkers now come with storage seats, brakes and wheels that glide easily over carpet or sidewalks. You don't have to choose between safety and dignity, you can have both. Also, many seniors find that once they start using these aids, they actually become more active. Why? Because they're no longer worried about falling. That fear that kept them stuck on the couch starts to fade. And with movement comes strength, and with strength comes even better balance. The bottom line is this: assistive devices aren't a last resort. They're a tool to help you stay on your feet and live life on your terms. Don't let outdated ideas about pride or appearance keep you from protecting your body. If a cane or a rail helps you avoid even one fall, it's worth it, because one serious fall can change everything. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Final thoughts. Nurse. Now that we've walked through these 5 common mistakes, take a moment to think about which one surprised you the most. Was it the idea that poor lighting could be just as risky as slippery shoes? Or maybe the reminder that pride can sometimes stand in the way of safety? Whatever it was, the most important thing to remember is this: these mistakes are not signs of weakness. They are opportunities to take back control. Balance is not something that vanishes overnight. It's something that can slowly erode from habits we don't even realize are risky. But the good news, that means it can also be protected, sometimes even restored, by small, smart changes in our daily lives. Every time you choose safer footwear, every time you turn on a light at night, every time you speak up about a medication side effect, you're investing in your future stability. There's power in paying attention to your body. There's wisdom in adapting, not resisting, and there's dignity in doing what it takes to stay on your feet, not just for yourself but for those who love and depend on you. So, which of these 5 balance mistakes do you see in your own routine? Which one will you start working on today? Maybe it's as simple as replacing your old slippers or booking an eye exam. Or maybe it's finally letting go of the idea that using a cane is something to be ashamed of. Whatever it is, you're not alone. And taking action now is one of the best gifts you can give yourself. You've made it to the end of the video, and that alone tells me something important. You care. You care about your health, your future, and staying strong for as long as possible. That kind of mindset is what keeps people not just living longer but living better. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.